Hi, this is Omkar Singh. Welcome to Lockdown series. These episodes are focused to bring awareness on mental health and its importance. Our guests will be sharing their few tips and advices for better mental health among students, and also will be sharing their own way of dealing with the mental well-being. Today, we are joined by Gary Packham, who is the dean and also the pro vice chancellor of the university. Hi, Gary. How are you?
I'm very good, Umka. Very good to see you. I'm glad to be here with you today.
Thank you so much for your time. I would like to ask you that what tips or advices do you think students will be benefited with if you can provide on mental health and well-being?
I'm very happy. I mean, in terms of your studies, I think there are a number of things that you need to kind of think about. We're all kind of facing a very different way of doing things. We have certainly committed here at Anglia Ruskin University to giving all our students a face-to-face experience if they wanted it. I think that there's two things. One is if you are studying more with online materials, you need to still think about how you're giving yourself breaks, because you will appreciate when you're moving around, you are by definition giving yourself breaks. You're walking around, you're talking about different things. That's absolutely the same in an online kind of environment. You need to build in those breaks, and sometimes that might be finishing a meeting or a session 5 or 10 minutes early. It might be going for a walk. It might be going off and doing something different. It might be going off and getting some exercise or having something to eat. But with the online element of what you're doing, it's really important that you do not just sit in front of a computer screen from 8 o'clock in the morning until 8 o'clock at night. And I do appreciate that many students and many younger people do that. I know that my son tries to do that with his gaming and all those kind of things. So, but they're fun things. But sometimes you do need to break from the screen and find ways of doing other things. So I would certainly encourage that. The other thing with the way that we're doing our learning at the moment is it's really important to try and engage and reach out to engage with your fellow students, but also your lecturers. We've invented ways and provided ways that you can engage both in discussion forums, in live online sessions, and also in face-to-face sessions. And it really helps if you engage with these and really take the opportunity to post your thoughts up, post your ideas up, share your ideas either in the live online sessions, but also in your face-to-face, to try and get at that interaction. Sometimes we forget that interactions are really important part of the learning. So if we're in a live session, put your camera on, show that you're engaged. Don't feel afraid about using the chat. If you don't understand something or you want to clarify something, ask the question. There is no silly question, and I think that it helps engage. Engagement is a good way of keeping yourself active, mentally active, and really kind of keeping up on your subject area. The other thing is to kind of get that balance. Some of you may still be working, some of you may not be working, but always think about how are you going to plan your studies. Make sure that you're giving yourself time and space away from your studies, time and space to do work, but also time and space to complete your assessments and those kind of things. So if you can plan and organise your time as effectively as you can, don't leave everything to the last minute. I know that sometimes we all have a tendency to do that, but if you can plan when you're going to do your research, start to kind of scope out how you're going to answer an assessment. Even share your ideas with your fellow students. Ask them for ideas, ask for them for feedback. Even think about setting up online study forums, or getting together virtually to kind of talk through those kind of issues. And sometimes even just getting together and having a virtual kind of conversation about what's going on in the world. All those things are quite important. So we are quite a socially sociable breed, and we're sociable creatures. So I think it's really important that we do that. But I think that planning is really important, and that it's not just about planning to do work, it's about planning not to do work as well, and to do that effectively is really important.
Thank you so much, Gary. I think this is really important and a good piece of advice you gave. Uh, just want to understand that what your personal way of coping up with the mental well-being.
Okay, I mean, there are a number of ways that I mean, there are apps that you can use. We recommend the university recommends the Fika app, which gives you a number of exercises that you can do. I've got that on my phone. It chimes at certain points in the day, giving me kind of cues to maybe do other things, a bit of relaxation, a little bit kind of breathing exercises, maybe just doing something completely different, doing a short course, or watching a video on some kind of current affairs, whatever it might be, giving me reminding me that I don't need to be working all the time, and also I tend to use my own plan as well. Make sure I have a break in the morning, and I have a short break over lunch period, and also have a break in the afternoon. I also try and factor in some time for me to do some exercise. I tend to enjoy running. I'll certainly run between 25 and 30 miles a week over a week, and I find that very good in terms of collecting my thoughts, thinking about the kind of challenges that are ahead of me, and trying to prioritise what I need to do the next day or the day after. So getting away from the computer, getting away from the work situation, doing something different. You're emptying your mind, but you're also reorganising your thoughts. And the final thing is to think about what you need to, when you get up. Don't necessarily go straight into work. Do something different to start with. Do something completely different for the first 30 minutes while you after breakfast, and then spend a few minutes thinking about what you need to achieve in the day. Not what work you've got in your inbox, but what do you really need to achieve this day, today, what you need to achieve this week, and what you might have to achieve in a month. So think about the time management, think about the priorities, and try and organise your time as such. So, be task focused, get things done, but don't and be quite disciplined about that. Don't always look at your emails. Don't always react to your emails immediately. Think a bit more strategically about how you use your time.
Yeah. Okay. So do you think your hobbies are also one of the key things to look into for your mental health, or what kind of hobbies you have?
I think my running has helped with my physical fitness, but I think it's really helped with my mental fitness as well. I think it really gives me an opportunity to relax, unwind. Some people might say that running's not ever relaxing, but I find it quite useful. I also have a dog, and I tell you what, a long dog walk is very useful. The dog doesn't really care about this or that. All it cares about is collecting the ball and returning it to you. So you use the kind of things like that. I find that very relaxing. So running, walking the dog, but I also I still able to interact with my friends, my family. I make time for that. Whether that be through WhatsApp, whether that be through Zoom, Teams, or over the phone, or obviously it's a bit more difficult with the current restrictions. But even if that's meeting up for half an hour outside just to have a chat, it's really important to keep that kind of social side going as well, and catching up and support. It's not just about being supported; it's also the joy and the benefits of supporting others brings as well. It's about being part of a team. It's being part of a group, and I think that kind of peer-to-peer and that kind of collective feeling of supporting each other through challenging times is really helpful as well.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining today, Gary, and supporting students especially, and giving them any tips and advices. Thank you so much for that. And thank you everyone for joining. We'll be back again with another session with another guest. Bye.